Good day, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another video. My name's Sheepdog74, and let's get into this one then. So we're back on for another video of Need for Speed Unbound. Last time out, of course, we did customize this car, the Mercedes Maybach. Used it in A class, and it was pretty solid. Of course, we used it for the Gauntlet events, and it was pretty good in them, so you should definitely check that video out. Of course, another thing to also talk about is that I made graphics for my a banner now and a YouTube logo as well, so you can definitely go ahead and look at those. And of course, it also shows I have an Instagram now, so you can go and follow me over there, and I'll make sure as soon as the video is out, or basically as soon as the video is out, that I post about it. And of course, this one is being filmed on the day I made that Instagram account, which was yesterday as you're seeing this, but today for me. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into this video. This one's probably going to be on the shorter side because most people know about this car, so there's not a whole need to show off too much performance because you can't really do much performance upgrades. Of course, if you're unaware of what I'm talking about, I am of course talking about the Koenigsegg Regera. That is the car that we are going to be customizing today. Probably was easier to go the other way around, but there you go. Just reverse the sort order. But nonetheless, here we are, 7,400,000 in the bank, and we're going to be buying or making a massive dent into it with 1,500,000 for this Koenigsegg Regera. If you are unaware, then this car is I want to say it's the fastest in the game. If not, then it's definitely the fastest for S Plus as a package. So this car is one that you definitely want to be at least getting and customizing at some point in your Need for Speed collection, since it's that good of a car. Yeah, let's just go ahead and buy it then, I guess. There we go, and of course we always start with the body kits and the body parts and the ride stance, which I actually forgot about for the last car, but that's not too much of an issue for me because I still feel like the car looked pretty good, and if I'm honest, maybe it didn't really need the stance lowering, and I doubt this car can go too much lower if I'm honest. I don't even know if I want to. It looks incredibly low already, but enough about that. The body kits that we have available, so we got a Speed Hunters one, which has a bolted on rear wing. You got another Speed Hunters one, which is more subtle, I'd say, in the changes it's made. And you got an Alchemist one, which is a bit more extravagant. Of course, so we are going to be going straight into the body parts and just editing it ourselves. So I'm not entirely sure what colour I want this car to be and how I sort of want to customize it too much. I think I want a bit of a clean look because I feel like the Regera is sort of more of a clean car to me. I do love Koenigsegg, so yeah, we'll sort of just see how we go. But 6 options for the hood, you know, that's quite a lot for most cars. And the options, of course, are the stock one from Koenigsegg. You got a Speed Hunters one, which changes some of the events on there. You got the Alchemist one, which adds vents more on the sides and then keeps the middle free. You got another Alchemist one where it has a bit more indents in the middle and around the edges. A Speed Hunters one, which dives sort of more scoops in, which I think looks pretty cool. And another Speed Hunters one where the vents are a little bit different, I'd say. So I think I want to go for the Alchemist one, if I'm honest. Again, I know I said clean, but this still feels quite clean to me. I think the vents look pretty cool over the fenders and in the middle, so I'm going to go for that one right there. Headlights, can't do anything to them unless you want to change the colour, but I don't really want to do that, at least for now. Bumpers, you can either have the stock one, you can delete it, which doesn't actually look that bad, if I'm honest. There's a lot worse bumper deletes, so I wouldn't be surprised if someone went for that. Got a Koenigsegg one which adds some canards to it. You've got a Alchemist one which looks, I was going to say it looks quite similar to the Koenigsegg one, but it doesn't really, does it? It's a lot more flattened. You got another Speed Hunters one though, which changes the vents up a little bit in their placement, and then you got a carbon one, which again changes where the vents are placed a little bit. I think I want to go for the Alchemist one. I feel like that one's a little bit cleaner, for my opinion. Can change the canards as well if you want to, but I mean those don't even really look like they fit. So that's going to be a no from me. A splitter, we can obviously change that, add to it, and I think, yeah, the one I'm going to add to it with is this piece. Actually can't change the front fenders, so you can't make this car any wider than it is, which is, I guess that's fair enough. Instead then we'll have to customize the side skirts, so you got the stock option, the little bit changed version from Koenigsegg, and then the very changed version from Speed Hunters, I must say. And I feel like that is the better option for what we've gone for the splitter and stuff, so we'll do that. Trunk lid, we can do this. Oh, I see, it's adding like vents on the side of here. I think that actually looks pretty cool, so maybe we'll do that, but I don't know. And Speed Hunters one, which again does similar stuff, but it's just more on the back there. But I think I want to go for the Alchemist. Spoiler, you can have no spoiler, but it has like an active aero, which honestly I might keep with, I don't know. You can have the Alchemist one, which adds these little two smaller wings. Or you can have the Koenigsegg one, which keeps the active aero, but also adds some carbon onto like the sides, which is pretty cool. Got the Speed Hunters one, which just adds like sort of a rather large wing there. And then the other Speed Hunters one, which is completely bolted on and crazy. And yeah, I think I'm going to stick with... Oh no, actually, I think I want to go for this Koenigsegg one, where it adds the little winglet pieces here. I think that actually looks pretty alright. We can change the headlights to the Alchemist ones, and honestly, they look really cool because they remind me of sort of the Ford Mustang look, but I think we should... Oh, I think I actually want to go with these ones. I was thinking of just not doing that, but I feel like these are cooler, and I think I'll stick with them being fully brightened as well. Changing license plate is something that we'll do a little bit later, and then for some reason the exhaust is all the way down here. I guess it's because you can change it, so that adds some here. So this is a Speed Hunters option you can change with. Another one, another one, another one, another one, another one, and another one. Again, these are actually some interesting tips, but I just want to stick with the regular, I think. I think that looks best for the exhaust. And that is that, apart from changing the wheels and the license plate, which I will do. But I want to do the ride stance and add a livery to it as well. So we can lower it a little bit, but that adds a bit of camber. So I'm going to go for this sort of lowering stance because I feel like that's a good in between. You can add some more camber here if you wanted to, but I don't really think that's necessary for this car. As for the colour, I'm not entirely sure yet. I think I'm gonna have a look on the library though, for a good a good option. Well, sorry, not the library, the community, should I say. That is disgraceful. How is this one the top one, being gold? Really? We got this one, which looks pretty interesting, but not really for me. This one, which is more like a classic Koenigsegg looking thing. I'm sort of looking for one which is white with green accents. This is white with yellow and black accents, which actually doesn't look too bad. Okay guys, so I am back now and I have done the livery. Of course, I just used someone's, which was, let's go find their name in the library or in the community page. So this livery was made by ADZZZ-RL, and then they had like an orange stripe, and so all I did is I went to edit wrap, and then just went to the front, changed the color to this green. So this square here, this is the green that I used, and then just did it for the front, and then he used one line all the way over the car, so I was able to easily do that and make a green accent there. There we go though, that is that done. Save that. And now I'm going to go back to the body and change the license plate and the wheels. So yeah, I'll be back. Okay, so I have now changed the license plate, so it just says Ghost. I again used just the regular plain white license plate because I feel like it worked with this car again. And I also of course have changed the brake disc caliper color, because you can change that. So I just use the same green as we used on the accents of the car. Change the rims to the other Koenigsegg ones, and then change the tyres to these racy looking ones. And so yeah, that's almost it for the car. Just got to add a driving tag. So I think yeah, this one's brilliant for this. Got the green, the white added in. There's definitely not going to be a better one than that, so we'll equip that. Sample, this car doesn't upshift really because it only has 1 or 2 gears. I think it only has 1. So we're going to stick without a sample there. Vanity items, not going to add a horn. Underglow, you know what, I have a solid spring green. Didn't really know that was a colour, but I guess that makes sense as a colour actually. So we'll equip that. Pretty nice. And then let me just double check, but I think there's only 1 engine. Yeah, there is. Okay, so we can change the exhaust sound now so I don't forget. So I'll be back once I've done that. Okay, so here is the sound for the engine. There we go. One thing that I have noticed is that the flames are popping out of nowhere. I don't really understand why that's happening. So I think we need to go back and add in some exhausts, because otherwise it's just going to look really, really weird with that. So we will add in... Let's add in these exhausts. I think these work quite well. So a bit weird how they haven't done it so that if you just have the base one in, then it stays where they're at. Or maybe the exhausts just don't actually pop out from this car normally, and then the flames do actually come out of there. I don't know. I sort of assumed that they'd come out of the massive hole in the back, which is usually the exhaust, but I don't know. Guess it's maybe an intake or something. I don't know, but very strange. And so as such, I've adjusted this normally. I'm actually going to go through the parts with you because all of the parts are basically almost at their best. So, of course, you want the Elite Induction, Elite ECU, Elite Fuel System, Elite Exhaust, Elite Turbocharger. Though I want actually a dual turbocharger, do I? I feel like maybe actually just something to increase the top speed would be completely fine. So maybe the regular turbocharger is actually okay because this car has like pretty solid traction. You just want to make sure that you can stay at a high speed for as long as possible. So I'm actually going to stick with the default turbocharger. You want to equip the best nitrous, of course, because we're at 400 plus. So any upgrades we do actually affect the car, but it won't make it so that it's in another league. Although it probably should be, if I'm honest. So we'll increase the nitrous. We'll put the suspension to road, as you saw me do there. We'll increase the brakes to elite. We'll increase the tires to tires road. We shall keep the clutch at elite, keep the 1-speed gearbox. So this car actually has 1 gear then, which is probably why it can accelerate and top out. It accelerates really fast and it won't top out for a while, and it has a lot of top speed, all because of its gear and also just the power of the engine, how light it is, stuff like that. We'll add in nitrous drift and nitrous grip, of course, so because that is the best auxiliary parts for racing. And handling wise, we're going to want to put this all the way up for grip. Steering sensitivity can be whatever you like. I'm going to click it over to here because that's what I've done for most of my runs. And then downforce on low so that we can have the absolute maximum top speed. Traction control off, of course, and gas or brake tap is completely fine. There we go then, that is the car customized, that is it done for its performance. So now, I mean, do I really need to test this? Not really, because you guys mostly know what it's like, but I'm going to test it anyway. And to make this clear as well, I don't intend to use this car outside of really this video unless other people in the playlist that I'm doing are using Koenigsegg Regeras as well, or Bugatti Chirons. I'm not going to use this car like a lot because I feel a bit scummy using it. So I'm just going to stick mostly with my Subaru, which is my favorite car in the entire game anyway, so I'd be happy to use it over and over again. But let's say that I'm in like a competitive lobby and loads of people are using Koenigsegg's, then I will go, oh okay, I guess I'll join to make sure that it's not like such a terrible race for me where I'm just stuck at the back while everyone else is 1,000 yards ahead. So yeah, we're just going to do an S plus place in this car, just to really cement and show off its prowess, even though it did get nerfed like almost half a year ago, I think now. It's still the best S plus car. Equally, the Bugatti Chiron is a really good car as well, but I prefer Koenigsegg, and we're gonna show off how good it is in an S plus playlist. So yeah, I'll see you guys there. Okay, here we go then. In for a S plus tier playlist, and we are against a Nissan Skyline R34, of course, and we are going to be quite easily winning this, I imagine, because as you can see, we are completely gapping him behind us. Of course, this car is pretty good at turning as well for how fast it is. It's obviously going to be quite heavy feeling, and it's not the most stable car. Oh, jeez, as you can see there. Oh, but they've crashed as well. And so, yeah, we're probably gonna completely walk this person. So already by the end of lap 1, going on to lap 2, we are about 350 yards in front. And that gap is only going to increase so long as we don't crash or make terrible cornering decisions like that. Went a bit hot into there actually, so we are gonna lose a bit of a gap unless they've just decided to completely stop, I think they've just given up, which sort of just shows how dominant the Koenigsegg Regera is. Yeah, they've literally just stopped in the middle of the road. Because, oh, wow, okay, yeah, this car, it's very fast, but it's a very untamed beast as well. So you need to be very aware when you're controlling it, especially on a cornering circuit like this one. This isn't really its like, oh poo. This isn't really its like home turf. It's a lot better on the ones with massive straights. And yeah, this guy is completely, oh my god, this guy has completely given up on any chance of winning, which he's not wrong for doing, if I'm honest. It's a pretty easy win. This car is quite hard to control, especially for my first time, so. Okay, race number 2 then. And of course, it's probably not going to be another competition again. If anything, I imagine he's just going to sit on the start line and get money through this race. So if I can, yeah, he's completely stopped there. If I can find where my S Plus experiments with my Subaru is, I think, I want to say it was on this track that or like this playlist that I used the car for the first time, or did in a video. I want to say that. Oh jeez, I spun out. So we'll rather than this being sort of a race, because I mean you probably already knew how fast this car was if you're clicking on this video, but I mean maybe you didn't. So I'll try. Oh my god! If I have times to compare to, then I'll just use those times as a comparison, so you can see how much faster the Koenigsegg is. And even though I'm making a bunch of these mistakes, like I'm crashing and stuff like that, oh my god, the straight line speed of this car is insane. So it literally doesn't matter if you crash like 2 or 3 times really, because you can just make it all up. I mean, look at this, we're climbing 220, 230, 240 just across the line there. We went absolutely flying at the end, Jesus Christ. And that's not even the top of this car. This car can go 256 miles per hour theoretically, if you get that far. We did this in 1 minute 26, which is crazy. So yeah, well, if I have times, then I'll show them on screen, but if not, then I mean, just take my word for it, this car is insane. Okay, here we go. It's tricky, the last race of this playlist. Again, this person's just gonna sit here, which I don't really blame them for. You can't do anything against this car, it's just ridiculous. And if I realised that he was going to be using the Skyline, and I wasn't making a video about this car, then I would 100% just use the Subaru, give him a fair fight. But because we have to show off, oh Jesus Christ, because we have to show off the prowess of this car and how fast it is for this video, we do unfortunately, for him at least, have to use this insane car. And yeah, even though I'm having a terrible time controlling it, it's just so fast. Oh my god, it's just incredibly unstable, and requires you to be really focused to drive it to perfection. But there's not a whole lot I can say about this car other than the fact that it is incredibly fast. I mean, we just went through that section at 237 miles per hour. Oh my god. And it is incredibly hard for me to control this car while talking, so I'll see you at the finish line unless there's some sort of massive mistake in between. That was a pretty terrible mistake by myself, Jesus Christ. But yeah, this car is, again, it's just insane. It's literally faster than an F1 car in a straight line at least. Obviously around a track this car would be pretty much walked on, because it just, oh my god, it wouldn't be able to go around corners as fast as an F1 car. But in a straight line, in a drag race, this car does win out, which is insane. So, yeah, finish line just ahead. In conclusion, you already knew the answer to this probably if you're clicking on this video. This car is insane. Of course you should buy it, but I only really recommend using it if you really need money, and or if other people are also using it, then just use it so that you can actually be competitive with them. But other than that, I'm not going to use this car competitively because it's just, it's not even fun for me either, just going out and winning by 11,000 yards, I think that was. So yeah, in conclusion, buy this car, but don't use it unless other people are using it. And if it's just one person using it as well, don't just use it so you can win. Really, I mean, you could do if you wanted to, I guess, but I'd advise you to just use this car if like 2 or 3 people are using it, and let's just say the majority of people are using this car, then also use it yourself. But other than that, just please don't use this. It is insane compared to literally every other car. The only car that can compete with this is Bugatti Chiron, and again, if someone whipped one of those out, like if I was in a Bugatti Chiron, I would equally pull just as big as a gap on that guy. Again, and he didn't really try on the second and third races, which I don't really blame him for. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes and destroys my car. Never mind. He crashed into a box truck there, but let's give him the tears. Anyway though, that is going to do it for today's video. Before I do go though, of course, as for the next video, I think I may as well disclose what the next video is going to be about, because I'm pretty sure that's the car I want to do. It's going to be the McLaren F1, which I got given for free for owning Need for Speed Heat. Everyone did if you owned Need for Speed Heat and played it, I think. Maybe even just owning it was enough, I don't know. But you get the McLaren F1 for free. I'm going to be customizing it, using it in S-Class, so we can complete some of those McLaren challenges for S-Class. And yeah, that's going to be the next car. I also did complete the drift zones and the street arts, so all I have left, if you look on my map, is I have some hot laps to do. But again, you saw I customized the Maybach last time, so I think we have ourselves a racer here. So I don't need to do any more of those, but I am going to do them before I do the long jumps just to complete it. And then the last thing, of course, like I said, is to do the long jumps. I don't think I have all of these discovered, so I'm going to have to search up a guide and figure out where they are. But yeah, I'm just going to do the long jumps, and then we can play around the BMW M1 with its custom body kit. So that'll be a video to look forward to. And I think in that video I want to actually show me just finishing the jumps off, so yeah, be sure to have a look at that video when it comes out. I'll of course update you on my Instagram, which of course I made today or yesterday for you guys, which of course I'll post whenever I do a video, so you can find this video. Very long outro, but yeah, I'm gonna pass it over to the future me, at least for me, still past you for you, if that makes sense, and I'll let them do the outro because I have a brilliant clip. Yep, that's very true, past Chief Dog, but something you forgot past Chief Dog is that there's wing mirror customization in this game, and there's rear bumper customization in this game. So yeah, these are the options that you have. Unfortunately, I forgot while recording, and then post edit I realized, oh yeah, I forgot to customize these parts. For the sake of the video, I'm just gonna not customize these parts. I think the base parts look fine, and all of these parts look pretty good apart from the bumper delete. I don't think that's really for me. But if you wanted to have like a crazy looking car, then you could definitely do that. But I'm just not gonna do that and just keep all of it standard. But I think the Alchemist and Chidori rear bumpers look pretty cool. But onto the actual clip then. So second in front here crashes towards the end. They had like an 800-yard gap. They were quite near the front, and now, as we go through in this S Plus playlist, I'm in the Subaru that I was talking about earlier. Unfortunately, in the video, I wasn't able to compare times, but you can see here it's a drag line to the finish, and I just about get in front of this person. So that was an incredibly close finish, and I found that really enjoyable at the time. But unfortunately, the person left, so I don't actually know what sort of times they got compared to mine, but anyway, that's gonna do it for today, guys. So comment, like, subscribe, you know, all the good stuff, and I'll see you guys next time.